Like, can you imagine Jeff Bezos relaxing? Because I can't. Like, do you think that dude's about to take like a
Dude,
month to 2 months
that
off?
all right. I think about this regularly. All right?
Really?
Like,
You think about Jeff Bezos
yeah,
a lot?
dude, he's a baddie, dude, with that bald head. Ooh.
Mm,
All right.
that Squidward
I'm
looking
talking
head.
about managing time, all right?
Welcome back. Get ready to turn on dark mode, where we treat video games, tech, and stonks like it's our 9 to 5. I'm on your host, Keegan Lassard.
And I'm Taylor Floyd Muse. That little camera transition was a bit of a hard mode for Keegan right there. We we like, all right, new intro, and he hasn't fully got that down, but like we're gonna bump it up. We're gonna put the raid on hard mode.
To be fair, it is my second time doing that. So, right?
Oh no, this is like episode 8, so that's your 4th time doing it. But to be fair, in your defense, there is about a month-long break in between each time you do it now instead of just a 2-week break because we
Well,
alternate every
I
week.
would I would have nailed it if you wouldn't try to just keep stealing my style. Like, what's with the beanie?
Oh yeah, you saw that? Like, I just decided I made a definitive choice to start wearing beanies now for 2 reasons. First of all, your boy needs a haircut.
Oh,
And it hides the hair pretty well, right?
that's true. That's true.
Second of all, I put one on for like the first time in years and was like, "Damn, I look good." So then yeah, we kept it. I used to wear the
Okay.
little what's it called? Earmuffs because like the 180 degrees I think the brand is called and like it goes around the back of your head because I got the high
Oh
top.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
like I didn't
yeah.
want to put a beanie over it cuz half the time they don't fit. But now because like I don't get my hair cut very often and I don't care how my hair looks and like I even have my hair short for a while, just makes sense. So
I kind of always wish you would have gotten the flat top like super high up, like the guy in like House Party. I had
well,
like
okay,
the
hold on though. Like you have looked back on college day pictures. My hair was ridiculously tall. Like it wasn't like kid and play tall, but it was ridiculously tall. Like people forget I had a box on the top of my head. And then I did the little twist too, but like it was straight up like it was the top of Bart Simpson's head, but
yeah.
hair.
It, if I would have had blonde hair, we would have like nailed Hey Arnold for Halloween, like easily.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely could have done that, but
Yeah. But I can't allow it. I mean, I you can't be the beanie champ. I'm the beanie champ. I mean, we literally have a logo.
yeah. See, we might have to update that logo. I need to put the hat on in the logo.
I mean, dude, do you
Well, you
got
you
a
just
spare
have that.
beanie?
You got that ready? I
Dude,
only have one beanie right now, so you're already beating me.
do you only have I mean, okay.
This was also given to me for free. Over the headphone. Okay, yeah. Yeah. All right, you got to keep that until the first topic's over. And that first
Okay.
topic is, as you mentioned, stocks. Damn, GameStop blew up.
Dude, rip to the stock market. Like get wrecked. Get good.
Dude, I don't pay attention to any market trends, right? Like that's not my I didn't go to school for business or market anything. I don't really trade, right? Now, all of a sudden I'm hearing like, yo, a group of Redditors got together and just pushed the shit out of GameStop. And now that stuff's worth $400. And I'm like, how much was it before? And they're like $1. And I was like, yo, how much did they make? And it blew up from there.
Well, one guy that was on that Reddit, the Wall Street Bets Reddit, he actually put like all of his life savings into that push. But he put 50K down.
Did he just you can't leave me in suspense. Did he turn out well? Did he sell in
I think
time?
he's still holding. I think he's still one of the dudes holding. Probably lost a lot of the gains.
Because I don't know if this is the same guy. Because like it's been flooding news feeds. Just all I see is GameStop and meme stocks and Dogecoin and all this other crap. But like I saw some dude lost like 13 million. Like That
from his gain, like, yeah, from his gains though. So like,
yeah, obviously it's not like in that instance when you're talking about the millionaires, billionaires that playing it, like it's all like fake money to them until they cash out. But like still seeing someone like lose that much, like I'm just like,
yeah, and I mean, it's all the funniest part is it's like the ultimate troll, right? Like what happened was this big hedge fund put a like made a bet against GameStop. It's called a put. They were trying to short sell, and like they were gonna do basically what they were hoping that the GameStop goes low
yeah,
so that they can make money off of that. So it's just a bet. And what happened was is that they were like, F that, let's rally up and hold. And like the mission was like when it was going up and it was like almost 200, 300. The mission was hold to $1,000. And basically they kept losing billions of dollars, this hedge fund per day or I don't know, per week or whatever. And they just got a new loan out and that just fueled the flame. Like, it got up to, like, 100 or $200 and then, like, they got, like, a loan out or, like, to keep their put or whatever, to
yeah.
keep because you have to actually put money down for that bet. And once that happened, they were like, "Rally up," like, all the Redditors, like, "F the system," and, like and, um, and then they were like the AMC, BlackBerry were, like, the next market, like, targets,
Mhm.
which I bought. And I was a part of the rally, you know? I luckily got out, like, at a decent time, but, like, then the whole Robin Hood thing happened, and the news media that they were just slurping for the scoop. They were just, like, going to town on, like, this whole story.
Yeah.
But do you see that somebody already bought the movie rights to it?
To what? To this?
The GameStop story, yeah.
That's a thing. You can buy the movie rights to like current events.
Yeah,
How often does that happen?
pretty often, like, Bert Kreischer, a comedian, his, like, story of being the number 1 party animal at FSU, it, like, got into, like, Rolling Stone magazine,
Mhm.
and that's how he, like, got on the map, and somebody like, Oliver Stone, like, licensed his story to be into a script. Like, that can
Dude, this
happen.
is news to me. Like I didn't know that, like all right, like I could go out the next day and just like I don't know, break 4 minutes in the mile running barefoot in my underwear in the snow. And then, "Oh yeah, let's make a movie about it." They could just license that?
That if it's, like, you specifically and you would have to obviously be in it, I'm sure they would probably there I don't know what the exact rules, I just know that that's a thing.
Yeah. I don't know, cause I was like, does the person doing the thing have any say in it? Like, can I just be like,
Probably,
"Nah."
like, I'm sure they're gonna try to get people like, to sign off their stories of, like, their personal experiences for the movie. But it's
Hmm,
kinda like a dibs thing, right? Like
yeah.
but here's the thing, the thing that cracks me up the most is people are like, "I don't understand Wall Street," or "I don't understand what's going on." And, like, I could somebody dumb it down for me? And I'm like, they literally made first of all, this is not new. This happened in 2008, and they literally made a movie called The Big Short
I haven't
with
seen it.
Steve Carell, Brad Pitt, Christian Bale, Ryan Gosling. Like, if those people can't dumb it down for the Margot Robbie's in it, Selena Gomez is in it. Like, if those people can't dumb it down for the American people and put it in a really fun, like, not well, it's not a fun topic, but like a snazzy movie,
But
like,
see, like, I think that's yeah, I get what you mean. Like, if they've seen that and they don't understand it, maybe, but like, I saw that trailer and was like, not interested. Like, I don't want to watch it. So like, that's the like the first step. But
Gotcha.
I did see an article about how the guy that that movie was portrayed on, like I think the one that Christian Bale played, he made a buttload of money off of this situation. So like he knows how to
Yeah,
do it, so he's done it.
but he was like saying like this is thing's gonna fail, and like no one like it's not a good situation, and all it does is prove how stupid our economy is, like how fake it is.
Yeah.
And like the funniest meme I saw out there was like, you know, the Eric Andre where he's shooting Hannibal Buress and he's like, "Why'd you do that?" Or like what, like blaming not himself for shooting him or whatever. Have you
I
seen that
don't think
meme?
I've seen that specific one, but
Okay, they're like, Wall Street deregulating and like lobbying Congress to deregulate the market. Redditors taking advantage of that, and then Wall Street being like, "Why would you do this?" And like, like they're utilizing the same thing that they make their money on, but now the little guy made it, and then they're gonna
They're
go
upset.
cry because they lost a couple $1 billion out of their, you know, 80 billion or whatever.
Yeah, because like this isn't also like hedge funds are like a section of like, you know, market trends and stuff that you can do. So like I feel like it's a little bit strange for then things to get shut down, like where it was like actually stopped, you know.
Which I was in Robinhood when it was going on. All it was, you can't buy in, you can sell all though.
It was a little funny, like you said, like I saw interviews of like little whiny billionaires like, "Oh, we lost so much money," and then like they got shut down and people are just kind of like upset. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes in the future because two things. I feel like it might not happen again soon in the same capacity as GameStop, but like people now understand the kind of effect that they have on the market. So like I feel like there's gonna be some sort of like shift in this kind of like meme stalkery, but it's gonna be kind of interesting to see how it plays out.
I foresee that all it does is it solidifies what Bitcoin is trying to represent and what cryptocurrency is trying to represent to the people. Like, they're the main platform of why to switch over to cryptocurrency is to show how stupid and fake money is, and to show that cryptocurrency, they lean into the digital platform and make themselves secure and actually meaningful towards what money can be. Um, so I think it helps the movement into cryptocurrency. I don't think it makes anything like happen tomorrow or even within this year, but it'll probably help. I don't know either because I mean China's already. I know this is really boring information, but China's already like gone towards the crypto and trying to actually legitimize it within their country. So once that happens and that enters a somewhat of a global economy, it's only a matter of time till the United States has to meet that demand and actually solidify as well. And so I mean, as expensive as Bitcoin is right now, and how everyone's always like buying into Bitcoin, you might need to soon. That might be a real thing.
Yeah, for sure. But I do feel like people like I'm one of these people. They just kind of let it take a back seat. They don't really, you know, try to look into these trends or understand the kind of effect they have on the market. And then when something like this happens, I feel like a lot of people that don't normally invest started investing or like trying to. So like I feel like there might be a larger interest in this sort of thing, especially with the fact that now, like in 2008, people weren't as often just like pulling up an app on their phone and just starting to trade. You know, like people thought they had to go through a broker or like, you know, E Trade had their app with a baby and he's like, oh, just look at me on my smartphone. And those were funny commercials. But now you just download Robinhood and then just like get after it.
It's definitely a double-edged sword. But it's also you got to think, well, why does it matter? Why can't the normal, like it just shows how kind of rigged the system can get.
Yeah.
Um, and we should shake it up because I mean our economy's been stuck in the same spot since like 1980s. So but I will say another thing I want to point out. We are nowhere near a financial advisor, so legally we are not recommending you guys to do anything. So do not listen to us because we are non-expert experts. We don't know what we're talking about. We're just taking in the
We're
facts
experts
and
at being stupid.
not experts.
No,
No.
I'm just kidding.
But it was crazy and it was fun to watch because I bought into AMC like I don't know, a month prior, just kind of like just to try out Robinhood. I downloaded the app and I got a free stock. That was like the promo.
Mhm.
And the free stock was AMC. And I was looking at it and I was like, you know what? Maybe because it was like a buck 80 or something. And I was like, oh, I'll buy some of it. And then it was definitely grab a bowl of popcorn and watch it, see what happens. And then when the BlackBerry thing happened, I was like, well, this is kind of be funny. And I just threw some into BlackBerry and it it was one of those things though that like by day 2 though, when, relatives start reaching out to you and are like trying to like, "Yo, should I get in on GameStop?" I'm like, "If don't go into the FOMO, like
Yeah.
like it's too late. It's gonna burst. If you haven't done it by now, don't do it yet.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I recommended that to a couple people because sure enough, like it literally dropped. But
Yeah, you could have seen that coming. Like I knew it was gonna be like a short-lived thing. So
and now they're talking about like going into like it is really weird how like Reddit is now like everyone always sleeps on Reddit and its influence, but I would argue that Reddit and is like top tier because now they're like shifting it all around. Like, oh, let's go to silver. Let's go to like they're literally just like barking out stuff. Dogecoin.
I feel like it's interesting. Reddit, people who use Reddit or like people who are internet savvy know that Reddit is the front page of the internet, as they call it. Like that stuff originates on Reddit.
Yep.
There's people though that think everything's like on Twitter first and on what like Instagram first. Mostly not Instagram, but like Twitter is a big one. But like a lot of things are just resourced from Reddit. And Reddit's just like the raw stuff. Like it just
Yeah.
happens. And they've have made a more shift towards news lately, but like my dad got into Reddit and I was trying to explain it to him and I'm like it's not exactly like Twitter. Like
Right.
first of all, there's more anonymity. Like you don't have a profile picture. It's just a username. Like it's just like kind of unfiltered stuff. You can follow what you want. But then I also went on recently and saw they had like a news section, and I'm like, oh, I never would have like seen this before. I don't know if it is new,
Right.
but I feel like if you are in the know, Reddit like is 100% like a huge driving force. But if you're just kind of like a casual, then like Reddit's like whatever to you. You like it's like somebody sent you a Reddit meme and then it's like, okay, I'm done with that.
Yeah, and like Reddit, I think their main competition was like Tumblr way back when, and then Tumblr, like nobody even talks about that
Dude,
anymore.
that is like the hipster corner of the internet. Like weirdo shit happens on Tumblr. Like
Or used to,
I've
and
gone
then
on
they
no, it's still happening. Like I'm telling you some weird stuff. Like this is by no means like 4chan, which is just like don't go on 4chan. It is not a comfortable section of the internet. But like Tumblr is that middle ground between 4chan and Reddit where it's just like I'm wasting my life on here. Like get out of it.
Yeah, and it's funny though that like and then there's the some older people that think like Facebook is the in the know. I'm like, no, Facebook gets the scraps of like Instagram doesn't want it, Twitter doesn't want it anymore, Reddit's already like that's like 3 months old, and the Facebook's like, ooh, meme
Yeah.
post.
I,
Like,
I I don't even follow anything on Facebook other like obviously like you friend people, but like my feed is consumed with mindless garbage videos and I don't know where they come from because I don't follow anything. So like I don't use it.
and I went on this rant before, and I'll say it again that Facebook, like, what is going on with their video section? Because there are some people out there that get like millions of views, and it's just them in a corner reacting to some like other mindless video. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you even reacting to? And why do people like watching reactions of not even funny videos? Like it's some lady watching how concrete's poured. Like
Yeah. I've seen
and
those.
honestly, and then like or like I love the ones where it's like amazing mechanics or engineering, and it's like literally like a hodgepodge tool that somebody uses to bricklay. Like we've been using that for forever. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It's honestly a garbage application now, so I don't know. But it's one of the big tech giants, and there was some heavy news in one of the other tech giants this week. Our
yo,
boy
rip.
Jeff Bezos is
Moment
stepping
of
down.
silence. Moment of silence for the big bald guy.
No, he doesn't get a moment of silence. It doesn't matter. He's just like, I'm done. Quarter 3, he's out of Amazon. He's getting replaced by Andy Jassy. Not
Jazzy.
Jazzy, it's Jassy, I think.
Jazzy.
All
Wait,
right,
are you
well,
saying the same word?
huh?
You're saying the
No.
same word.
Jazzy is then as in like, the improv like saxophone, drums, piano
Which
music.
I hate. Yeah.
Huh?
I hate. But keep
You don't
going.
like jazz? I
Not
mean, like
really.
I don't it's just you play the saxophone.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I like jazz.
Well, it doesn't mean you have to like it, but like I'm surprised that you're just like a hard no. Like, that was just like, "No, I hate it. Like, get it out of here." All right, we don't have to dive into the concepts of jazz. No, 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 no. Like, I'm not a hater. I'm not a lover. Jazz is just like music. All right, it's just happening. Don't
If
really
you
need
want
to
to
hear
call it that.
smooth jazz, but like I can get behind a jazzy beat. You like jazzy influence in your EDM music, so there's that. Anyway, Andy Jassy. What is he? What does this guy do? I forget. He's like the
AWS.
chief executive of Amazon Web Service. So like he's taken over.
Yeah. And when I read that, I was just thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, so now one of the richest dudes in the world, like did he cross over the 100 billion mark? I can't remember.
I don't pay attention to his wealth. I just know that he's been in and out of the richest man in the world.
Yeah. I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, what does the richest man in the world do when he has no stress or job? And I honestly don't know. Like I'm sitting here, I'm like, he's gonna be bored as shit. But then I'm thinking, maybe he's just gonna compete with Elon Musk.
He's
Maybe he's
gonna
just like
100%.
he's just
Like
over here cracking his knuckles, like, oh, okay, Elon, you manage your company. I'm leaving mine. I'm going to Mars.
yeah,
See ya.
like he definitely saw what's been going on, and he's like, all right, we need a break from Amazon. I'm done running this bookstore turned megalomaniac company that runs everything. It's gonna be focusing on space stuff. Like, I don't know if they're gonna be competing, working together, like what's going on. I just saw a rocket explode the other day from NASA when it tried to re-land. Like space stuff, man. And I think it's kind of cool because like a lot of people think that space, like like NASA's budget funding from government is like a waste of money, right? Because it's like kind of superfluous. Like, why do we need to do it? It's cool, but whatever. So for someone who's like privately funded to come out here, be like, all right, like I'm just gonna throw my insane wealth at just being like extraterrestrial. Let's get it. Like, I guess like that's where it can get a little bit more exciting. So
I'm sitting here wondering, what documents did Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos get sent from the government that were like, hey, just for your awareness, this is going to the public at the end of the year.
yeah, it has
So
to be. No, remember when the UFOs got confirmed or whatever? It was like declassified Area 51 thing or whatever. I don't.
there's more to come, dude.
Yeah,
There's more to
yeah.
come.
But that's probably what like Elon was like, all right, dudes, like Mars is priority numero uno right now. So like let's get it going.
Aliens arrived, no one's here. Um,
We've left.
um, but can you imagine if Jeff Bezos worked with Elon Musk? Like the sheer amount of
Dude,
like,
that would be like such a power team, power duo, like insane.
but another thing that I'm wondering to myself, and I kind of like laugh to myself, which is weird when you're reading a news article, but like, can you imagine Jeff Bezos relaxing? Because I can't. Like, do you think that dude's about to take like
Dude,
a month to 2 months off?
all right. I think about this regularly. All right?
Really?
Like,
You think about Jeff Bezos
yeah,
a lot?
dude, he's a baddie, dude, with that bald head. Ooh.
Mm,
All right.
that Squidward
I'm
looking
talking
head.
about managing time, all right?
Okay.
Because like, all right, we have full-time jobs and we run of this podcast and there's other things that I want to do, try and experience. And I'm just like,
You
all right,
mean full time at dark mode, right?
oh yeah, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, time management.
Yeah, time management, it's tough. That's why we hired Gibbs. You know what? We haven't talked about you in a while, Gibbs. What you doing over there? You've been hella quiet for like months.
Oh,
He's still not saying anything. All right, moving
he's
right
still not
along.
getting paid.
Moving right along. You did feed him though, right?
No, not
Oh,
today. You didn't feed
he's
him?
hungry. All right.
You didn't feed him? This is your week.
No, this is not my week, bro. This is your job. He see, like I've been editing the videos lately because he hasn't wanted to. Like you haven't been feeding him.
I mean, it makes sense. I kind of switched to a gluten-free crust for him, and he hates it.
Oh,
Sorry,
why
Gibbs.
would you do that? He's not allergic. Anyway, time management. See, look, we're wasting time right now, my guy. There's a lot of things that you want to do. Time moves pretty quickly. And I'm looking at these billionaires that have like, they have multiple either companies or like hobbies and stuff. Like Elon's like, I'm doing the space thing, but I'm building trucks and cars, but I'm also digging random holes in my parking lot and like other shit. So it's like, I heard one like a couple years ago, he manages his schedule down to the minute. Like he doesn't have like you don't go to Outlook and see like 30-minute chunks. That shit is on 1 minute. So he's like, this minute to this minute, I'm doing this. And like he frequently tweets about video games. I don't know
Yeah.
how often he's playing this, but like people asked him for his favorite video games and he listed off his favorites. Granted, none of them were from the last 5 years, so he must have been like taking a little break, but like I just find it crazy that like they do find some time to unwind, but it's not at all the same kind of leisure that us normies would experience. I watched
Uh,
the documentary on Netflix about like Bill Gates's brain and whatever, breaking it down. And like he was like, I'm just very content just like reading and like just doing more work. Like I don't really relax easily. Like he goes for walks and stuff, but like I don't think he's that kind of person that just goes somewhere and shuts his brain off. Like
right.
some of these guys that are like, multi-billion dollar CEOs managing multiple things, they just don't want to stop. You know what I mean? So like Bezos isn't probably gonna relax. He might, go to the beach for a week, maybe, but then like he's just gonna shift his focus and just like go full force there. And it's gonna be the same kind of focus.
This is why I'll never probably be like over a millionaire because I'm a scatterbrain.
Yeah, I mean, like you gotta have to like really dial into things. And I mean, we see some streamers that are pretty scatterbrained making hella bank, but they obviously aren't the same kind of like a lot of people like in that field. They don't take shift their focus and like start building extra stuff. Like for instance, Nade Shot. He made a pretty solid amount of money, and he worked with 100 Thieves. He built like an actual complex, and he's like like a CEO of that company, right? Like that's the kind of thing that I think is cool because like all right, now you've got the funding, you've got the things, and like let's do it. Like I think it's co-funded by Drake or something. Like it's like straight up
Classic.
business
Yeah.
architect or not architecture. I'm going the other way. Business mindset. But then you got like an XQC over here who literally will just sit in front of his computer with his knee up to his chin like for 16 hours a day and then like do nothing else. Like it's just like two different mindsets and I'm trying to be somewhere in between that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like it's funny because if Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk like got together and if they were both bored, like let's say they both like Elon Musk sees that and then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna toss the reins of Tesla off. He won't, but let's say he does.
Yeah.
And then they just sat down on a beach, they're on vacation together, and then they just go, I feel like fixing the economy. They fucking can with the amount of money that they have. Like they could literally just like look at like social security and be like fixed. Like
Yeah. I mean, like in that documentary about Bill Gates, he was trying to solve like it was something to do with like making more efficient and sanitary toilets or something for like parts of like the world that don't have good waste management. And I was just like, this is like something that I would have never thought about, but like he's just using his money to do this sort of thing.
I just wish they were like, "Oh, I'm bored. Let's go. Let's like what's wrong with Kansas City? Oh, they can't really get anywhere fast. Let's build the hyperloops we promised them. Done. Funded. Go do it." And like, damn it.
Yeah. I mean, it would be cool once like that kind of thing becomes more mainstream because it would be cool to just hop on a train and then be there in like 30 minutes for something that would have normally taken like 8 hours.
Like it's got to be so disappointing to the people like looking forward to Y2K. And then like if you look at like old Blade Runner movie in like the 80s, like their visualizations of like what the world would be in like by 2020, it's got to be so disheartening that we never got really that far. Like sure we have phones and like internet of things on certain things, but like they were like all flying cars, like super fast trains and like all kinds of shit. And we're like, yeah, we have a kind of self-driving car that still looks like a Nissan from 2005.
Yeah, well, I also do think that like when you take a look at where we were in the 80s and 90s when they're thinking about that sort of stuff, like I don't know if they did it to be like optimistic, like, all right, we're gonna put, Back to the Future in 2015 because it sounds kind of far off, but like it'll be cool if it's like that close. And then
Yeah.
like, nah. Like and then like you see now we're pushing stuff farther and farther back. Like now Cyberpunk is 2077, right? And like
Yeah.
that's more than just like 30 years out. That's like now 50 years out, like 56. So I don't think we're gonna start looking like the neon everywhere crap because like think about how much you would have to adjust the architecture. But like it's just it is funny to see what people thought and then what actually happens. It is a big expectations versus reality,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like we have made stuff that like people didn't even think about in those things. Like
Oh, for sure.
I just I don't know. Like looking at it from like a decade at a time perspective, like when I would before COVID happened and before like we all started working remote, then the decade like just stopped, like ended. Yeah, because it was 2020 before everything went down. We took a look back at like everything that happened in the 2010s, and they were saying some shit that I completely forgot about. That I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. And then like they're like, okay, now just apply that mindset to like the next 10 years and think about what's gonna happen then. I'm just like, all right, we're who knows where we're gonna be? It's just all a mess, a mystery.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of COVID, did you read that article about the kid in the coma?
No. Like, was he in a coma from COVID?
No, he got hit by a car right before the pandemic. Was in a coma for 10 months, woke up, had COVID twice, and then had to hear what the last like year has been.
Wait a minute. Where so did he catch the COVID from being in the hospital?
I would assume, yeah.
But like he basically had to wake up to like being explained what's been going on for the last 10 months.
Yeah. Like I can't even
Damn.
wrap my head around how like it's not even like he had like a how like in the movies it's like, oh, you've been asleep for 5 years, like he has a beard and like a ton of shit has changed.
Yeah.
This dude was like probably heard like you've been in a coma for 10 months. He's like, okay, so not a lot has changed. And they're like, yeah, like the world almost like didn't cease to live. So that happened. And
See,
then
I don't
like
know. Like, all right, it obviously is very terrible he got hit by the car, right? Like I don't know what kind of shape he's in. But like let's say removing that terrible injury,
okay.
if you like were basically hibernating without memory for 10 months, would it be better to like get that bomb dropped on you 10 months in with like kind of some sort of end in sight, right? Like we have a vaccine, things are rolling out, like it's looking positive more than it was at the beginning. Or like how we have where like it's just been like a shitty 10 months and then like now we're starting to see it. Like is that mental just like slap of like this is how things are worse?
No, so I think if I were in his shoes, I would be like, man, I'm glad I dodged a bullet. Like, if any time to just sleep for 10 months, that would be the time to do it because I didn't really miss out on much.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking to myself, would you rather, right? And like, I'm thinking, what if it happened today? Or like, what if somebody was like super pumped about like, okay, vaccines are on the way, things are starting to turn up, and then you're like, oh, GameStop, like you were on it from the get go, like you bought, and as you purchased it, like a bunch of GameStop, and you're like, oh, I'll short sell this tomorrow. Hit by a car, 10-month coma, that
Mhm.
would suck. And then
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
waking up
obviously,
to
like,
some,
the being in a coma for 10 months is not ideal, but I just, like, I wonder, like, what that has to be like to just get that information, like, all the way through into it, and, like, is it is it nicer because you're like, "Alright, we're, like, on, like, the uptake," or, like, is it just like, "Damn, this is, like, too much to process," like, kinda, like, insane.
or or what if it was like he wakes up, so a nurse finds him, he's like, oh gosh, okay, you're awake. I'll call whatever. And he just goes, can't really smell. And there's like, oh, that's just
Oh!
COVID. Then he's like, wait, what? And he's like, it's just from the COVID. You had COVID. And he's like,
Wait, so did he
okay,
have COVID while in the coma?
yeah.
Or So, like, all right, when you said he had COVID twice, did he have it once in coma, second time outside of coma, or both were
Second
in?
time, all like
So
had
he
COVID.
slept through the coma or the COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, he's straight then. Like he didn't even feel anything. If he woke up, he's good. I really hope his injuries from the car accident are like, I hope he's not like permanent damage.
Yeah.
But like he slept through the COVID. That's a win right there.
I'm just saying, like, what if he woke up and he's like, I can't, I can't taste or smell. Is that from like the coma? Is that like my brain? And just like, oh, honey, that's just COVID.
Yeah,
Don't
but,
worry
like,
about it.
the way you described it to me, I didn't even think that the COVID was while coma. Like, COVID coma? I didn't think that those 2 things could happen at the same time. I straight up just thought, like, he woke up, then got it, and then was like,
That
"What is this?" Like, you understand? Like, that was my thought process. So when you're like,
he's
"Oh,
like
he woke up
he's
and he had it already,"
he's
I was like, "What?"
he's sitting up in his bed and the doctor's like, how you feeling? Like, oh, I just have like a mild fever, like I have like a cold. And the doctor's like, holy shit, like locks down. He's like,
Yeah,
whoa, whoa.
hazmat. Oh, man. Well,
Anyways,
I don't even know how to transition out of that
there
to the
is
next
no
thing.
there
I'm
is
not
no
even gonna try to
transition.
be smooth. Resident Evil 8 was announced or shown, like, gameplay, because it was already announced. Resident Evil Village,
Yeah.
and I think I'm gonna do it. I think, like, I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna warm myself up with just, like, forcing myself to play Resident Evil 7. Like,
7?
gonna try it. Like, I mean, I tried the demo a few years ago when it first came out, and I was being a little bitch, right? Like, I couldn't do it. I was scared because it is
Yeah.
it is scary. Like, blah blah blah.
I mean, it's not like you were playing like a not scary game and got
Oh yeah,
scared. You
yeah.
were
But like,
playing like
dude, I'm telling you, when it comes to the first person survival horror games, like, I have this constant sense of dread of what is going to happen because I am constantly anticipating a jump scare. And it doesn't help that they put in ambience to put you on edge. So like that's where I just have to like, okay, I'm gonna get jump scared. Like all
yeah.
right, like I'll be fine and then just hope that I don't have the nightmares afterward. But I've heard it's a really good game, 7 is. So like I'm going to do it. Resident Evil 8 seemed pretty cool. They showed the gameplay, they showed the trailer. They showed I don't even know how to say her name. Lady Doug Dimmadome.
Doug Doug
Oh man. Apparently the internet has
Doug.
fallen in love with her though because she's a big girl and
She's 9 foot.
not, well, 9'6". Don't forget that extra 6 inches. But people didn't think she was that tall. Like somebody did some estimation based on the like the surroundings. They did, the math, the scale factor, and they're like, oh, she's probably like 8 something. Because she's big. Like she's not any by any means normal human size. And then the dev came out and was like, haha, we see your interest in Lady Doug Dimmadome. She is 9'6". And everybody's like, yo, what? Like, I don't know. I feel
I don't
like
even know why.
they're
She's
doing crazy
clearly
shit.
creepy looking. Like whoever's like, yo, that's some peaches right there. Like they need to chill. They need to like go talk to somebody for a while.
Okay, but by all right, first of all, internet's weird. We know it, all right?
Yeah,
People
that's fine.
crazy. But by Resident Evil standards, most of their villains are like either like really messed up looking or like a dude. So like for this to be a lead female villain that like in the trailer all she has is pale skin and like some glowing eyes, like that's hot in comparison to like the festering zombie Pudge and like Wesker. Like I'm sure there's probably girls that think Wesker's cute. He's just like a blonde dude with sunglasses that teleports. You know what I'm saying? So like
I just
it's
I just
funny. I had by no means was thinking about that when I was seeing the trailer, and I woke up the next day to just a bunch of thirst from like Twitter memes and everything, and I was
yeah.
dying because I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. I'm still one of those people in the video game like world that I see Resident Evil stuff and it's like how I am with Final Fantasy where I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. Like I don't need to dive into this at all or have like a temptation to figure it out. Like it's just too it's one of those games where I didn't play it to begin with. I didn't really have a connection to it and I'm good. I don't need to get scared cuz I didn't even play medium, but that's also because like it got trashed
Yeah.
on immediately. So I was like, yeah, I'm not even going to try medium.
All right, I'm gonna hit you with 2 questions.
Okay, go.
Well, one is actually not a question. I was gonna say, yeah, it's fair that you wouldn't play this because like it's not worth it in your sense. Like I played other Resident Evil games like growing up and watched my dad play them, and I have a connection to them, and I like the puzzle aspects of it as well.
Right.
So like I've been just like putting it off. But then my question to you is, let's say Resident Evil 8 comes to Game Pass, what you doing?
No. I
Okay,
don't
we're
think I
still a
would.
no. You're not even gonna like download it, try it out, get scared, then stop?
No, because again, it's the Final Fantasy like uh theory. Like the eighth game. Like I don't understand anything. Like I don't understand how it
But
fits
like they
in.
don't connect in the
And I
in
know they don't, but like it still is a blockade for me to like get involved. Like it pisses me off that they don't. If that makes sense.
okay, well, let me take a step back. They
Okay.
don't all connect in the same way that it's like, okay, this is the 8th iteration of a story that was started back here. Like there is overarching connecting lore, but like 7 was the first time that this guy Ethan Winters came in, and now this is a continuation of that.
So I'd have to play 7.
Yeah, you could start at 7. Like, you obviously don't have to. Like, I played The Witcher 3 without playing the first 2 games. Like, it's friendly enough to new people, but you would get an enhancement by playing the others. But
Yeah.
there are character references and, like, lore drops from earlier games, and there are, like, characters that have made appearances in previous games. Like, I'm pretty sure Chris Redfield is in 7 and 8, and like he was a character in like 5 and other ones. Like a lead character, like a playable character, but he's just like an NPC in these games. So,
Gotcha.
it's just kind of like here's the world of Resident Evil. There was a virus, like man-made, blah blah blah, made zombies, mutations, and then here are stories within it.
Right.
So, I
Interesting.
I want to try it out. I'm gonna just push through. Who knows? Maybe I'll even stream it to y'all so you can see me get scared, and maybe I can feel like I have somebody comforting me as I'm going through the game.
The chat is just literally hands like patting you like you're okay.
But like, disclaimer, I'm not turning the lights off because I know a lot of people are like, oh, like play it in the dark, like spook yourself more. Like, nope, we are going to be in a very well lit dark mode studio, and I'm going to have the volume turned down pretty low so I don't get like completely just boofed every time I go around the corner. So like, we're gonna warm up, and then as I kind of get my bearings and more comfortable, maybe we'll turn it up a little bit, and then the lights can like not be on full blast. You know?
You know what I foresee? You start diving in and all of a sudden right before a jump scare, your buzzer, like somebody with a package shows up.
Yeah. See, like, it's always like when something in real life, like, times with it, like, I'm gonna be like, I'm glad I don't have a cat, like, or a dog. Cause like the
That's
cats more so because the cats are sneaky, they're silent, and all of a sudden they knock some shit over, and you're like, yo, like, I'm glad I don't have to deal with that. So,
yeah.
but on another note, I started a new TV show because I finished The Office.
Wait. Whoa. Hold on. When did you finish The Office?
Um, say like a little over a week ago.
Okay.
I
Okay.
was able to, yeah, I said in the last episode like I had to finish it by using a VPN because it was still on the UK office, and cranked it out.
Okay.
Great show. I like the way they ended it. It had a heartwarming, good ending. Like choking up with some of the parts, but it's pretty good. I liked it.
So are you watching Punisher? Daredevil? Sons of Anarchy? The Witcher? Mandalorian? WandaVision?
All right.
West Wing? Sopranos?
Do you want me to just say it, or do you want to like actually guess one of those?
I just
I can
guessed
save you
all
the
of those.
no. I wasn't giving you any like anything. Those weren't answers. Like I was silent. Like, which one of those do you think it is or it is not?
Because that's just a small list of what I have recommended to you. So do I,
I didn't do any of them. Okay, sorry. I'm not even sorry. Like, why? Like, I told you, like I don't watch TV. I only watch small 20-minute episode sitcoms now. So my next show is
so
Community.
okay. I'm happy you're watching Community because I genuinely recommended that to you, but like
We're gonna have this argument so many times, and like there will come a day. It's a day where I am tired of watching, the sitcoms. I don't want to laugh. I want to be serious. I want to think. I want to enjoy some thought-provoking 40-minute to 50-minute episodes. And I'll probably still not go over any of those shows. Oh man.
Dude, it's killing me because I can't talk about WandaVision on here because it's like major spoilers.
Yeah, but like that show doesn't even look interesting. Like you said it didn't even look interesting. Is it now all of a sudden good?
It is lit.
Okay,
It
well,
might
like
be
you're
one
gonna
of the
have to hold off like you did for the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe the first time.
and to be fair, I was skeptical because I didn't know what they're doing with it. But now that I kind of get the theories of the House of M and bringing the X-Men and all these crazy shit that's going on, and Wanda dealing with the grieving process and shaping reality and stuff, it's so good. And I want to talk to you about it, but you're over here like, I'll watch
But you
Community.
also know that I am not into the nitty-gritty think about fan theories and what's gonna happen next kind of thing for the Avengers and like Marvel stuff. Like I am very much of like, okay, hit me up when we're hitting our stride. Like when I know what's gonna happen, what's going on. Like you're the one that wants to like think super hard about like 10 years down the line. And I'm sitting here like, no thanks. So like I will just say, let's say I did start watching it. It would be a very one-sided conversation. Like you'll be like, what did you think of the episode? And I'll be like, it was all right. And then you're gonna have like a paragraph of shit to say about it. And I'm like, I didn't catch any of that.
Boy. I think you would like this show because it does the subtle twists. So it's that sitcom-y thing, and you're like, what is going on? The first 3 episodes, they only do a little bit of the twist. They get you like a little stirred. Second episode, a little bit more. Third episode, they just full throttle you into the hook. Oh,
Keegan, I'm
God.
scarred. Keegan, I'm scarred. I'm gonna tell you this right now. The last show you recommended to me was the OA, and that show went down the fucking toilet. Like first season, fire TV, right? You kind of just slayed it on TV because you knew I wasn't gonna just go home and watch it. You were sly with it, right? This is when I came over to your place. You just put it on. I finished the show in like 4 days. Second season came on, and obviously you couldn't have vouched for it, but it was kind of a dumpster fire. So like sometimes these first seasons of shows are fire and then they just kind of like burn out. And I don't really like buying into that risk. So I'll watch a show when it is like either done or it is like well on its way and it would be very hard for it to suck.
You know, we've had this argument plenty of times, but like I'm just sitting here like, how are you scarred from something I couldn't even possibly predict with the second season
All
of
right.
OA?
Because the second season of WandaVision could be hot trash. And I would like, okay, what a waste of the first
If
season.
they do a second season.
Okay. Well, like I don't like playing those risks. Like I am very much in my music taste, always looking for new shows, new music. In my TV, no. Hit me with a complete thing.
Mandalorian, 2 solid seasons.
Not two that two's not all right. Let me put we need 3 seasons of solid television for me to get on it, right?
Daredevil,
Does it stop after 3?
Punisher picks up 2 more seasons.
No, but like is Daredevil a complete thing?
3 seasons, and it has 2 seasons of Punisher that coincide with it.
So I have 5 seasons of stuff to digest there.
Yep.
They just like I've seen the trailers and they just don't do it for me though.
Okay, West Wing or Sopranos.
All right, let's just redo the entire last week's episode. Like we've already
Anyway,
done
okay,
this.
all right. Sorry. Okay.
I'm telling you, like this isn't like my kind of television at the end of the day. So I'm sorry we can't connect on the realms of the television.
It's okay.
He's like actually so butthurt.
I bring up anything comic related and we just like animate a brick wall being laid in front of Taylor.
I don't know. Take solace in the fact that I am enjoying one of your recommendations, even though it might have been at the bottom of the list. I'm
It's
already
alright. It's genuinely a good show. You should probably deep dive anyways. So
yeah, I mean, I'm already a season through. I'm seeing some of the references from GIFs and other memes that I like now can make sense of the same way that Office did. Like I really enjoyed the zombie episode. That was a good one. And then
yeah.
finally, after years of hearing people say it, saying it myself, putting the gifts out, finally got to experience the hot gay in the flesh. So that was really great. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good show. So sorry it's not any of the ones you listed, but
It's okay.
we're in there with the new show. You're probably gonna add like 10 more recommendations by the end of this quarter.
Probably.
When we're doing
I
dark mode
mean,
review, I'm like, how many more on the Keegan TV backlog do I have?
a lot of Marvel shows, DC shows, all kinds of shows coming out. Witcher season 2.
I mean, actually, if all right, well, I'll say this. I'll say this. After the community's over, I think I did say this in the past. I will entertain The Witcher because
Yeah,
I like that the game. I just played the game, so like I think The Witcher would be a safe bet.
and it's really not that long of a season.
And I also won't be like butt hurt if it's like flops. Like I'll just stop watching because like I'm not like a diehard Witcher fan, but it's like it'd be cool. So
Yeah. But you
but
are a diehard Sony boy.
yeah,
How's PS5 doing? You buy one yet?
we're gonna end the show with a little factoid. I do not have one yet. We've already explained
Rip.
how we're not getting one, but or like we're not excited anymore.
I bought one.
It comes when it shut up. No, you didn't. Sony has sold like 4.5 million. So they're doing just fine. And they also shared the fact that it's like on par with the sales of the PS4 initial sales. So like pandemic who is to them. But I bet like a solid chunk of them are just bot sales, but like to them it's like nothing ever happened. Nothing changed.
I mean,
So
bot sales are pretty much what GameStop like what happened with GameStop.
so all right. I guess I didn't really think of this, but like do people like have bots set up for that kind of thing? Like
You can set up like I think you can set up like notifications or like I will buy it this if it gets this
to
dollar,
this,
I'll buy this
yeah.
amount of money.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that makes sense, but I guess like that's also just like is there a limit to how many people can buy into a stock? Like are there it's like unlimited, isn't it?
A stock has like a certain market cap.
Okay.
So like it's like their estimation.
Okay. Cuz like that is like a different kind of ceiling than like we have this finite amount of physical devices. So like that's where it gets real frustrating, but
Yeah.
uh
Like like the Silicon Valley reference, like when their company gets estimated, right? Remember watching those episodes?
yeah.
They kind of accurately depict it.
It's been a
So
while since I've seen it though, but yeah. Sony's doing just fine. They're on par with the PS4 and people seem to think or like they thought for a bit that they might have been hurting or like because like they're not like putting out as many it seemed like because you know not a lot of people had them and they're saying it's like hard to keep making them like supplies are short or whatever but like they still sold a ton like it's like nothing's changed almost so
4 mil, that's nothing.
easy clap
Easy.
but thanks for tuning into this episode and we'll see if Keegan can retain the intro in his brain for a month from now when he's got the intro again. But
Probably not. Be
Well,
looking for more outtakes. Make sure you guys hit the like button, that subscribe button, notification bell if you want to be notified by our beautiful faces when our videos drop.
we're beautiful now,
I'm beautiful. You're ugly.
but you just said our beautiful face.
I'm talking about this guy and that guy.
Okay. Well, I'm about to change the logo up, put the beanie on my head. So who's
Dude,
ugly
please,
now?
like, come on. I'm clearly the
He
beanie
goes,
champ.
please don't. Oh man.
Oh man.
Well,
All
at
right.
least say goodbye to the people this time, because you didn't last time and it pissed me off.
See you guys next week.
There it is. We'll catch you in the next one.